Hello everyone, just Goran here, and welcome back to another real-life zoo tour. We are back in Africa once again, continuing where we left off in the last video. And of course, still joined by Eben.
Hello!
Yes.
We did a quick wardrobe change. We are recording this 2 weeks later.
Yep.
Breaking the illusion.
Yeah, so we are going to continue into the more wild side of Africa, I guess. We've moved on from the village. We have a termite mound over here that has no real purpose. And could you hear that? I heard a crocodile.
Ooh.
Lovely little waterfall.
I also love that this is the whole going into the wild side of Africa, moving towards a ginormous big building.
But look, there's crocodiles in the river even. Aren't you so scared?
God. Look. No. The other wait, is it still there?
What?
Wait, it's gone.
What's gone?
Or are we? Okay, I'm gonna let the video go for a little bit more. Mm-hmm. No, it's actually gone. There was like a excavation site over here. Oh, that's sad.
Maybe that's what was at the termite mound. I don't know.
No. It was on your right when you walk up the walkway. Oh, that's sad. Oh, sad. He been a sad.
I feel like maybe I just didn't record it this time because I feel like I do. Okay, because this is just a long straight path anyway. Ooh, look, a staff road. If I have footage of that, I'll put it on the screen now because it might have been there the time before. Maybe it's just covered up by the foliage or something, or I didn't record it. But here we have the giraffe field.
Yes, and I believe this is one of those. This is one of the enclosures that we both have criticism on.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I just feel like they could have done more with it. You know.
I think our major issue is that, and you saw it in a few of the views already. There's like a massive building in the middle, and we're like, put that somewhere else. Let the exhibit breathe a bit.
Yeah, you could make a huge, and not even, it doesn't have to be one huge habitat, but you could layer habitats together and create such a wide savanna feel here. But because they put the stables, and I mean, part of it's also like a huge forest in the middle of it all, which probably they don't want to get rid of because that's kind of maybe not the best thing to do. But yeah, you could create a much bigger open space here, which would be cool. We also have some donation things though, because this is all about the giraffes. Of course, this is the giraffe stable that we are at, and Planckendael is a pretty special giraffe. They have the Kordofan giraffe, which is relatively rare, I think, from what I've heard.
So, yeah. Also, this is that building in the back we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I thought when I made those criticisms that on the other side of that building you have the other kind of plains habitats, but there's actually a lot of forest in between.
Yeah, so but I think they could combine all of it.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, the habitat itself is pretty nice.
Yeah. And the one thing that I really like, and we talked about it in the previous episode, is the storks, and the fact that they put poles for storks in the exhibit is just amazing.
Yeah. Also have a nice view of the giraffe stalls over here.
Very good for references.
Very nice. Yes. People always asking how to make giraffe stalls or elephant stalls. And most zoos actually give a pretty good show of that. So
yeah.
It's nice. I feel like giraffes even more than any animal almost, because it's just cool.
Yeah, and also like they don't like being in the rain, as far as I've been told. So
here we have a lot of signs that are like all about what Planckendael does for these giraffes in the wild, but for some reason, all of these signs have been taken out.
Oh,
and I don't know why. But yeah, this was from my first visit to the zoo. You know, if we
here, I think the reason is because this path is quite confusing. Like, it kind of looks like it leads to somewhere, but it also looks like it leads to nowhere.
Why would removing the signs
to make people less inclined?
Because you are supposed to go here.
Yeah, but I thought that they were going to do it like completely around the exhibit, but apparently not.
Anyway, more backstage. Cool stuff. Of course, we are on an elevated walkway, so you can see that the backstage access had to have a little staircase up to this path, which was kind of interesting. You're gonna have a separation area for the giraffes. What's really cool throughout the habitat, you can see that there's like ropes at certain heights that the giraffes won't be able to walk past them, but the other animals in the exhibit will. All that stuff is pretty cool. The giraffes share this habitat with another pretty rare animal, the Moor gazelle.
Oh, and an even more rare animal, the
hippo.
stone hippos.
Which again, I will...
Don't ask.
I will give them credit. They do slightly more than the average zoo in this regard. They did put speakers that like make hippo, and earlier we also had the crocodile. It was like make a crocodile. Like at least they do a little more than just putting.
I know, but still.
I mean, it's nice, you know. Like it creates like, oh, you're in Africa. We can't show you these animals, but at least it gives you that sense, like, oh yeah, they're also part of Africa, you know. I don't know. I think it's nice.
How weird must it also be for a stork that like travels to Europe and goes like, "Oh, I went away from the giraffes again? What?"
You are the billionth person to make that joke.
I mean, if I was a stork and I went from Africa to Europe and I ended up here, I would be like super confused. You know how easily I get confused.
Yes, you are the millionth person to make this observation.
I'm sorry. I thought I was a unique little snowflake, but apparently...
No, you didn't. Anyway, we have more zoo signs. All about the giraffes, and they're long. It's all about what's long about the giraffe, which I think is a really cool idea for a sign in general, because they have long legs. They have a long tongue. They have a long head. They have long neck bones.
This is again stereotypical, but I love it. Like, giraffes have just as many neck bones as a human does.
I mean, it's that thing. I think it's fun to see that stuff on signs, because you can be the one in the group that's like, oh yeah, I already knew that. I feel like that makes people feel good about themselves when they read something that they already know. They're like, yeah, I know animals.
I'm smart.
I'm smart. Also, I feel like we've said this before, but the lower sign is like more about the facts and the fun things, and here the higher sign is gonna go into more of the issues and stuff as well. Which
is a logical thing, because the lower signs are more for kids, and these are these are easier to see as an adult.
Yep, I did a great job at recording this. Only the bottom half. Thank you, past me.
I was going to say something about it, but I'm nice and kind and stuff like that.
But yeah, we have problems and solutions. And last little thing about the breeding program, which is always great to inform people that zoos are more than just places to look at animals. They have a very important role in conservation. So always lovely to see.
And wait. Did you just say conservation, right? Like, from the
God. Without hesitation.
Without hesitation. Also, this is very much the border of the zoo, I believe.
Yep. We are right on the edge. Like, you can hear the cars and whatnot.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the downsides that Planckendael has at the moment. It doesn't have that much room left for, like, adding more exhibits and more stuff. And for me, Planckendael has always been like a half-day park, more than a day park, especially if you've been there multiple times.
Yeah, true.
And I think that this is something that's going to be... That's something they're going to face for like the rest of their resistance, really.
I mean, there are some areas in the zoo that are currently unused, especially in the Africa area.
Mm-hmm.
So it could do stuff with that. I feel like mostly though. I mean, Planckendael is already really good at like. They don't have that many animals, but
Yeah,
they offer a complete experience, and the animals have a lot of space and stuff like that, which I think is what more zoos should be striving for. So honestly, I wouldn't want them to change too much in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, here we have the Moor gazelle, by the way.
Yes.
Pretty rare species of gazelle. Really cool. And we also have the helmeted guinea fowl. Yep.
I love those as well. Really cool. I absolutely love seeing those in exhibits, and especially in mixed ones. That's just like so.
And the giraffes with a stork, of course.
Of course.
But yeah.
Oh, and now we're slow. You're going to. Yeah. You didn't. You didn't walk to the sign. Go on, please.
Oh, there was a sign.
I'm so disappointed. It was just an African shield, but still.
Oh. Okay, that's not a sign. That's a shield. We're crossing the river, which is something that we'll be doing next episode as well, because the North America or the just general America area is across the river as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is kind of the other part. Like the Africa area, like this whole part definitely feels a lot older in terms of its layout and stuff like that.
Except for the part we're going in right now, which is super new. Which is the newest thing in the zoo.
You can tell. And this area, look at all of these little signs. Just so much info and information. Super, super cool. But yeah, this part is kind of still integrated into that old area, which is why it feels a little older still. Mm-hmm. But I think that's good in a way.
Oh, wow.
Clashes a little less. But yeah, here we have the Barbary macaque.
Oh, wow. They are super close.
Yep. Don't know why, but this was cool.
Oh, when I was there, they were like really at a distance. And I think the majority were inside.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Super cool. And yeah, here we have a little tunnel, which I didn't really fit through. That you can crawl to like this outcropping viewing area where you can kind of be in the habitat a little bit. We can also see the anti-climbing fences all the way around. Some hot wire to protect the plants. But yeah, this is a really interesting viewing area, if you ask me. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love it too. And it has, again, so much information to a point where I'm still like, ooh, are you going overboard a little bit? But then on the other hand, it's next time you'll visit, you'll read signs that you didn't really read the time before that. So
stuff like that. And it's just like, yes, there probably is something that's too much, but I don't know, every person's probably going to read a different sign and learn something else. Yeah. And everyone's going to take something away from it. So, I don't know, what's the harm?
True.
Yeah, we also have
I think the one thing is maybe that people are going, oh, so many signs, I'm not going to read them.
And just ignore all of them.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that I would personally look at. But who am I to talk? I'm not a zoo designer.
I think what you can, for example, this area, it has like a slide next to it, so you'll probably have a lot of kids. Your kids are gonna, your kids are gonna be crawling in that tube, you know. Mm-hmm. So the parents are gonna be standing there waiting for the kids to come out of that tube again, and they'll have something to read, which I think is actually, that's why it's a good place to have a lot of information like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a little top-down view on that thing that the tunnel goes to.
Just
really cool.
This is one of my favorite exhibits, and I'll talk about it more once we go to that area we're looking at right now.
That area is something else.
Yes, and it's the thing that I mentioned in the previous episode about African theming. I think this is. Are you going to go down the slide?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I'm so disappointed. Go on.
I did give you a little tease though.
I would have gone wee.
But I feel like, see, that's the thing. I feel like I have gone down the slide, but I don't have footage of it, so I guess I didn't. But
if there's footage of it or not, did you really go down the slide?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would have gone down the slide. I think that's why. I don't know.
It feels like a very Goran thing to do.
Exactly. It's a nice slide. It's really tall. It's a good slide. But yeah, over here we have the Somali wild ass enclosure, but they were kind of inside, so not really anything to see there.
They're
and these
not
especially.
they're not that often outside. I've noticed. Like I've only seen them once. Maybe I was just unlucky for the longest time, but.
And this area in particular is where you do have kind of a central sol with habitats all around it.
Yes.
Where I would say, oh, you could do something so much cooler with that.
Yeah, and I think that it's going to be. This is probably one of those next areas that are going to be like revamped because, as you mentioned,
right now it's clashing a bit with
the
amazingness that we're currently going to encounter.
Here we go.
This is just the most over-the-top Barbary macaque habitat. Not even habitat, it's just a viewing area. It is completely like Moroccan kind of art, like Africa pack all the way.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing that I wanted to talk about because for the longest time, zoos went for the very stereotypical kind of, oh, we'll just put some African huts and it works, and we don't need to think about it. But African architecture is so diverse and it's so different in so many different places that I really, really, really enjoy zoos that like go the extra mile and basically say, okay, let's do something different. And that's why I like this area so much.
It is. It's stunning. Just like it's a good representation. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I've never been to Morocco, but it feels so unique because of that as well.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
Like zoos. So nice.
It's really one of those. It's one of those things where I'm like, Paradisa should really look at this as well because they still have a kind of more stereotypical African village, and I wish that they would go for something more, something different. I'm not saying that those traditional huts are bad per se, but Africa has so much more different kind of architecture and so many cool things. It's like a waste not to try to incorporate those things.
Yep. Also here, lots of stork nests on all of those poles. We have a lonely macaque over here. By the way, also all of the gravel and stuff.
Oh yeah.
On the edge of the water. So
don't show this to Rudy. He will make like this entire area with all kinds of eggs. Hi, Rudy.
He doesn't watch this.
I'll make him.
Thank you. I can use the watch time. No, but also over here, all of these towels and stuff.
Yeah. And
the barrels. Just so much good stuff.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm kind of on board with Sylph. I don't think animal exhibits themselves should be themed. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that I didn't like about this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for putting it down like this. But
I think it looks really cool. I think it's nice. I get why you would say that. Although
animals don't care.
Animals don't care, but also for Barbary macaques, like they live in cities. I'm pretty sure.
True. Yeah.
So it kind of fits. Although I will say that Planckendael doesn't really tell that story with this habitat.
Yeah, I know.
So that could have been improved there. Also, here I am recording bathrooms like a creep. I couldn't resist. Because even the bathrooms are completely themed.
It's insane. Yep. I'm pretty sure that I took a picture of this as well when I was here the last time.
I triple checked that there was no one there who would start screaming at me. But yeah, and also here
I would have loved to have read that newspaper article. Dutch
man arrested in Belgium for recording bathrooms. Yeah, and then now back in the summer, just all of the greenery around here, the planting. So, oh, look at that! It's a Somali wild ass.
As far as they could be. Wow.
I spotted that and I just, oh god. It was so bad. Yeah, let's go back to that beautiful garden over here. Because this, like, strangely, that path is not a guest path. Like, it has a sign that says you're not allowed to go in there, which is stupid.
Yeah,
but this
but
is the official guest path. Just look at
yeah,
the view.
the other way was how you used to walk.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is simply the new,
Yeah.
the new path.
And I mean, why wouldn't you want to walk here? It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Super nice.
It's absolutely amazing.
All of these olive trees, just so good. Just one more peek. So good.
The one thing that I don't think of this area is like, oh, you went so over the top, and then you only have one animal. So I hope that this theme gets continued once they rework these exhibits.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope this becomes one cohesive unit, and it's not going to be kept like this is just for this one single animal.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a struggle though, because what other animals would fit in like a Moroccan? I can't think of any like key, like specifically. That's just maybe my lack of animal knowledge.
Yeah, I can't say any of them. From
Put you on the spot there, didn't I?
Yeah. I'm not a zoo designer. They need to figure that out. I can say, oh, bongo.
Bongo. Yeah, this was cool. How close they were.
A fennec fox. Lots of animals. Oh
Yes.
man, oh man, oh man.
I mean,
so
if we
many
look
animals.
at the North Africa pack from Planet Zoo, we got the African penguin and
hyenas and ground porcupines. Oh, the porcupines could. Oh,
porcupines could be fun.
yeah.
Anyway.
Mongoose. Stuff like that. Hi, bongo.
Hi, bongo. This bongo habitat's pretty cool. Like, it's in a pit.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like very old, probably.
Oh yeah. It's been there like since I was a kid. So
yeah.
And I think we've recently established on Twitter that I am very old. So,
we've established that in several platforms, I think. Oh, plane.
Oh, plane.
Yeah, here we have the addax, one of my favorite endangered.
I love how there's a barrier fence between the bamboo and the addax. And it's such an old classic way of doing it that I kind of want to do that for St. Reginald as well.
For some of the older areas, we could definitely do that. Yeah. And here the staff building is a lot more covered up.
Yeah, it's amazing what a small little hill can do.
Yeah, and also like the way that the roof is covered with like logs and little things like that. I love these ruins over here. I want to recreate that in Planet Zoo so much.
I don't even remember these.
I think they're super cool. These fences are a little annoying though. Like, why do we have a glass fence and that? But yeah, this is so cool looking.
Yeah, this is really well done. I'm looking forward to seeing that in Key Park Zoo.
Yeah, that's probably where I can best implement it, actually. Oh, you're getting my inspiration flowing even.
Ooh.
That's what these videos are for, I guess. Oh, this is so cool. Wait, is it over here? Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Never mind. We'll see it in a bit. We do have a lot of reverse habitat immersion here, though.
Yeah, which is really well done.
Yep.
And it's one of the easiest ways to just like redecorate and improve older habitats, because it's super easy to just pour some concrete, put some glass,
Put up a new glass. Yep.
Yeah, and it works.
Done.
I mean, it's not super easy. Like, again, who are we to talk about this? But it's an easier. You don't have to redo the entire exhibit to get this effect.
To create some nice little effects. And
yeah.
This, by the way, if you didn't see the sign, is the spotted hyena enclosure.
Oh yeah.
And they just had babies as well, I think, pretty recently. So when we go at the end of the month, hopefully we'll be able to see those.
Oh yeah.
That would be nice. I love hyena babies. But this over here is, I just love it whenever zoos do this. I don't know why. but oh, we're not gonna look at it yet. Okay, just gonna hold on to it. You know, I love how lush this area is. Just this is a pond, by the way. That's just duckweed. Completely green, but yeah, we have some simple theming in the back for the backstage areas.
Yeah, I really like it. It's you can see that this was an old building that they just gave a paint job to kind of look like the ruins that we saw earlier.
Yep.
But sometimes that's just enough, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, you can mostly tell by the roof still that it's older than that, but other than that, it blends in nicely.
And it's a nice thing for us as well to like keep in mind that it's right. And we've been doing it in St. Reginald, but it's cool to see how zoos work around the restrictions they have.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's as simple as this.
Yeah.
I love that.
And so this is what I was trying to talk about earlier. This path going into the next habitat, meeting into this well. Why is there a well there? I don't know. it's
oh
neat,
well.
though. Oh well. Oh, here we go again. But yeah, over here is some very elusive animals. We have one of the rarest antelope species. I think Planckendael is the only holder of them in Europe. The rim gazelle.
I have no clue.
Maybe not the only one, but they are definitely one of the very few. And it's yeah, they haven't shown their face to me yet.
No.
Very elusive.
I love this. I love all of this so much. The only thing I'm hoping is that they'll find a way to get rid of the fencing in the future.
Yeah.
The Arabian oryx.
Oh yeah, the oryx. A bit less stunning without the horns.
Oh yeah.
Wonder what happened to those, but I'm sure
it's
nothing serious. I don't know.
I also like how there's cables wrapped around the trees to protect them. Something that I don't think we do enough. Maybe because we don't really have the pieces for it, but
yeah, it's a lot of effort. Mostly.
And we're known for not putting in effort into our stuff.
I mean, it's just like usually you're like, oh, I did the habitat. Okay, let's pop some trees down and we're done. Because just plopping down the trees makes things look so much better, and then you're like, oh, I love how it looks. All right.
Good enough.
going that extra mile. I mean, there are people that put like planks around their trees, usually, or rocks.
Yeah, but I haven't seen anyone like actually see like put a cable around it. This is also one of the things that I like. And of course you went in.
Well, not all the way, but just to show it. And what's actually interesting is that Z sign is also on the other side of this, like in the habitat where no one can see it. You can just barely tell. And also like all of these bones and stuff in that concrete. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Gotta have some bones. Hyenas.
Hyenas. The thing that I'm trying to wrap my head around now is that I know this park and I've been here many times before, but I know that we're going to the cheetahs now, but the fact that I can't remember what the next part is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, this part, to be fair, the next part is just the weakest part of the Africa area, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure, like, I wouldn't be surprised, knowing you by now, is that the next part for you would have just been the freaking North America area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
most
because
likely.
Over here, there is a shortcut to the North America area. So we have a little playground, and right there you can see the people are taking the shortcut actually. Because on the other side of
that does kind of sound like me.
Yep. So it started to rain a lot here, but something really, really cool happened as I was looking at the cheetahs over here. So I recall you saying that you didn't like this habitat that much.
I think it's showing its age.
Alright, because I do quite like it, I want to say.
Yeah,
like I like the viewing points that they created. I like.
It's not a bad exhibit. I just think that maybe it's because I've seen it for so long and I've seen very little about it change over the years that I'm like, okay, yeah, they have better exhibits already in the zoo. I do think that the tree trunk poles are newish. Can't remember those being here.
I just like how open it is, and
Yeah,
it feels like a cheetah habitat. Wow, my voice is definitely doing great. But yeah, it feels like a cheetah habitat, and it's just super nice.
It's cool to see cheetahs as well, and I also believe they are part of the breeding project for cheetahs.
It looks like it.
I recall correctly. Yeah, well, thank you for proving my points.
Thank you, cheetahs, for being cute. Like, this was awesome to see.
Oh yeah,
they are super adorable.
Aww.
Aww. Insert all sound effects.
Yeah. Some people are single. Come on.
No, the cheetahs are making Eben feel bad. He's jealous.
Sad Eben is sad.
Yeah, little peek of that backstage. I actually wonder what the backstage inside of there looks like. Because do the cheetahs share, like, a backstage with all of those antelopes? That doesn't seem... Like, they probably blocked it off pretty well, but it seems kind of weird.
I think... I'm not entirely sure, but I think they also have a backstage area, backstage holding area, so like an entire exhibit over there as well. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, so there's like more space between
the
stalls and stuff. That could make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to check Google Earth for that.
Or we should try to get backstage one day.
Next time, we just break in.
Even in Goron, break into zoos.
I bet I can outrun a cheetah, unlike those German kids. Well, yeah, this is kind of weird as well, is how much of the American area you can see from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't walk this area. I don't go into this area much. I'm one of those people who then takes the shortcut because I'm like,
I mean, all power to you, because this is, as I said, this is the weakest part of the Africa area because there's nothing. Yeah. It's just a walk back to the entrance, and that's kind of it.
I believe there used to be there is an exhibit here. Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is just North America exhibit again. These are the mountain Wikipedias.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think before this used to be, unless I'm wrong, somewhere here was an ostrich exhibit, I believe.
Yeah, there is a lot of space here still, so they could do stuff here. But it's kind of just empty.
Maybe the forest area is stopping them.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't know. We're just two stupid guys.
We're just two stupid guys. We don't know anything. Nope. Why are we making these videos?
Mind empty.
Yeah.
Some little ducks.
A little river. We are back at... Basically, this joins up at the village area again, so we could go straight to the porcupines. This goes to that water treatment area on the right.
Which I'm still sad about that has gone, because that was one of... I still remember that as a kid, and it was one of the most... It wasn't super impressive or anything, but it was one of the most unusual to see in a zoo, but it was cool to see, okay, so you're going through like filtering water with plants and not using like big machines and stuff. Like it really left an impact on me, and I still every time
super interesting.
Yeah, every time I go to Planckendael, I still think, oh, I love these kind of things.
Yes, I mean, I had to make you happy at some point, so let's take at least one adventure. And for whatever reason, the bonobos are again on this side. They're just following me around, I guess. I don't
love
know.
it.
But yeah, this is just where you can especially see all that tall grass.
Oh yeah.
Super cool.
I mean, how would you even get a lawnmower over there? Like, probably there's ways to get to that, but like,
Just let nature run its course.
How long does your lawnmower cable have to be, dude? Just do that.
Even there are, things called batteries and.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. I was already thinking if I would go in that area with a lawnmower, I probably would even run over my own cable, but just because I wouldn't see where I was going with all the grass.
You know those things that they use to cut the trees by the road?
Uh-huh.
You made one for koali.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and I actually had to look up what it was called in a hedge trimmer, I think it's called in English.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I made those for audio. I completely forgot. It's been long weeks, Goron. It's been long weeks.
I mean, it's been a while. That was for the whatever pack.
Conservation pack.
Wait, that was the conservation pack?
Yep.
It's not even that long ago.
Nope.
It feels like forever ago. Oh my god, it took so long for this new DLC to come out.
Yeah, and but I get it. It's just close to Halloween, and it fits the theme of the pack. So
I mean, we were expecting World Animal Day for an animal pack, but they went for a Halloween pack.
I mean, we should stop expecting things when it comes to Frontier, because every time we do, they're going to like
expect the unexpected.
Expecting things, are we now?
But yeah, anyway, here we have a lovely viewing tower. Final view of the bonobos.
I love it.
Pretty cool. Getting to see them.
Yeah.
And surprisingly little cross views, I want to say. Probably because of all the folios and stuff like that. But
yeah, it's the one thing that they have going for them is that they have so many forested areas that you often just can't see someone else. Even when, like, the Australia area is, on many points, you're very close to another path.
Yeah.
But because of how forested it is, you never really notice it.
Look at this thing. A big old hook. What's that for? You might wonder. Well, we have this little
flotation
raft,
device.
little raft kind of thing.
Yeah.
And of course you need a big hook for if it ever gets stuck in the middle. And you're making a YouTube video and you want to show people what it's like to ride it. But you don't know that there's a little hook thing there, so you just try to get it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting shots here.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I understand that you wanted to mimic the bonobos.
But yeah, and then you go on the raft and you realize that if you're holding a camera, it's not really very, very great to be on this thing. So you give up.
It's already a mess when you're not holding a camera, I can tell you that much.
But yeah, here we are at that playground with the big ship.
Yes, and this is a funny way of doing a playground, because you have the big ship on the one side, which is more classic. It's a new way of doing things, but like it's become so overused that it's becoming a classic. But I do like the way that they stacked a bunch of boxes, and that's also a playground.
I mean, it's not like stacked boxes; it's just painted that way.
Yeah,
but it looks really cool. And over here, we had the world's ballsiest stork. It was just out and about, just begging for food. This is
their home. You're just allowed to come in. That's basically how it works.
Pretty much. It was all around. It was great. But yeah, that does kind of finish up the Africa area. We have a little kind of like food place over here, which is probably why the stork is around. But it was quite crowded in there, so we didn't record much of it. So yeah, next episode, we are slowly making our way towards the America area. So we're going to see both North and South American stuff.
And then we're like at the end of the zoo already, right? Oh no, we still need to do Europe.
Yeah, I saved the worst for last.
The worst for last?
I mean,
I mean,
the Europe area isn't a lot.
It's The Waldrapp ibis exhibit is amazing, and I will fight you for that.
Okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, the rest of it, I mean, the Europe area doesn't have a lot going for it. But as part of the Europe area, we're also going to look more at the entrance, because we kind of went past that in the first episode. So we're going to look at the gift shop, the outside area, and stuff like that a little bit more. So anyway, that's 2 episodes from now. Why are we talking about that? Look at those toilet buildings. Wow, they are also painted over as kind of like thatch buildings. Wow. How amazing. So amazing.
And
there we go.
You thought that the boomerang sign was stereotypical for an Australia pack. This is even worse.
Gonna enjoy it. See you then, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.